This and the next episode were pretty much aired out of order. Yeah, expect a lot of these to happen throughout my reviews. I'm making sure I do this in the proper order, the way it's meant to be. This is Mega Man NG, and I welcome you guys to a TMNT 2012 Season 2 episode review. Today, we're going to be providing my thoughts on Episode 2, Fall of a Leader. They actually said Episode 3, but no, I'm following all the episodes via the season code. So this right here is Episode 2, and next week, you're getting Episode 3, Invasion of the Squirrelinoids. Here's the deal. I'll be providing my thoughts on this episode as well as a little bit of, I start with a summary and then provide my overall thoughts. So hopefully this should be a lot for your money's worth. Anyway, let's get started. The Turtles are on the hunt for Mutagen after their little screw-up last episode. After a training regimen goes wrong, Leonardo is having doubts as being a leader. Shredder, meanwhile, decides to head for Japan for something important, leaving Karai to be in charge of the Foot Clan. So with this newfound leadership, Karai decides to lay a trap for the Turtles. It works, and they have to deal with new types of foot robots called the Footbots. During a scuffle, Karai kidnaps Leonardo, hoping to lure Splinter. With him captured, it's up to his brothers to save him and deal with the Footbots. Will they succeed? As I mentioned in the beginning, this is actually Episode 2 of Season 2, not Episode 3. In other words, the episode was aired out of order. No surprise, I really don't know why, but I feel that the cracks are going to be slowly starting to show for the show. It's no wonder the last season ended up on Nicktoons Network due to low ratings. I don't know why they did this, but that's something I can never understand. Anyway, this episode is actually a Leonardo-centric episode, and it has a certain plot. Leo has his doubts of being a leader when things start not going his way. Especially considering in one scene when he tried to do the King of the Mountain thing, it ended badly with the Turtles beating him, and this kind of gets him upset. What I do like is that this episode actually gives him some well-needed character development. The character development that actually helps because it shows that even a leader like Leo isn't perfect. Sometimes you have to think outside the box. A leader doesn't always have to enforce their orders. You have to accept what comes for them. And with Leonardo here, it's actually helpful. Sadly, he gets captured for most of the episode and used as bait against Splinter. And speaking of Splinter, I will be explaining something that's really important in the end. This episode marks the first appearance of the Footbots. Footbots are robotic foot ninjas that are dangerous due to their ability to adapt. Unlike the Footbots in the 80s series, which were pretty much robotic mooks, and then on the 2003 series where they were able to go stealth mode and whatnot, this is actually the third series in the franchise that relies on having robots. Though the only reason why the foot soldiers were robots to begin with was because in the original Mirage comics they were humans. It pretty much gave the show an excuse to have the Turtles hack and slash without them being too violent. I guess they wanted to tone down on violence, and this was pretty much a perfect opportunity. Here, the Footbots are pretty deadly, being able to adapt to anything that they see and being able to counter it. They're like the Borg in some way, because it takes a few hits for them to adapt, and they can be able to counter and be able to deal damage. It's just surprising, really. It really is. And how the Footbots look is just dangerous. Sure, they look like regular Footbots, but the only difference is that their eyes turn red. That's when you know it's going to be troubling. And it all led up in a big action scene that had the Turtles having to think outside the box to defeat them. Although it would only last for so long until the Footbots be able to adapt. But for what it was worth, it was a pretty intense scene. I give Raph some props. If there's one thing I liked about the episode is that it gives the other Turtles opportunity to get some more character moments in. With Raphael getting the most of it, and it's personally one of my favorite moments. Raph getting his time to shine, and showing some tactics that qualify as leader-like. Like, for example, in one scene where Raph used pigeons to be able to fool the security cameras. It starts off as one pigeon, but then it flocks into a whole slew of them, and that's impressive. It really does. It really is impressive, and it shows that Raphael is pretty adaptable in any situation. The Turtles get to do their thing against the Footbots, and it pays off, like I already mentioned earlier. Yes, Karai appears again, and I hate to say it, but Karai carries that usual misguided revenge against Splinter and the Turtles. You know what I always say, revenge is the most worthless of causes, and that revenge is going to end up doing more harm than good for her. She finally gets another clash against Leonardo, and I'm reminded of the 2003 episode Scion of the Shredder, where Karai became the new Shredder, hoping to avenge her father by destroying the Turtles' home base, separating them, and it was up to Leo to pretty much stop Karai. And it was an intense battle with Leo being victorious. But not before he tells Karai to stay away from his family. And to prove it, he slices off the head of the statue of the Shredder, meaning that he means it. And that's pretty dark for an episode like that. Here, however, it happens the same way with Leo being victorious, but he tells Karai that her grudge is against me, not Splinter. And he warns her to stay away. And he means that. Which pretty much leads up to the ending. And the ending, if you've watched the episode, then you know the ending's no surprise. But when I saw it, the ending was a shock. At the end of the episode, Leo asked Splinter in regards to Karai. Splinter tried to dodge the subject, but it wasn't enough. Leo was convinced he had to find out the truth, even if it hurt him. And then the ending was a big shocker indeed. We now know that Karai is Splinter's daughter, not the Shredder's. So why is Karai serving the Shredder? I don't know. Maybe because of misguided manipulation, trying to manipulate the truth so that way Shredder can have Karai as someone being loyal? I don't have all the answers, but once I keep watching the rest of the season, we'll hopefully find out. It's going to be pretty. I will say that the episode was very good. It was a very good episode. Leonardo getting some good development. The Turtles getting their chance to shine. The Footbox make their appearance, and Leo and Karai have their little scuffle. There were a lot of good moments. Leo being able to learn from his mistakes. Raph getting his chance to be a temporary leader, and it did help until they were ended up trapped by Karai. The Turtles taking on the Footbots with them doing their thing to beat them, and Leo facing off against Karai and being victorious. I really did like the action scenes between Leo and Karai. They were intense and emotional right there. And like I mentioned earlier, the ending. The ending was a shocker too. I mean, wow, that just threw me right out of left field. Had I watched it back then, I would have been even more shocked, but this 2012 series is actually getting to be really good. I really liked it a lot. But if you want to know what my rating is in the description below. It's a very good episode. I liked it big time. And yeah, this series is still holding up. Season 1 held up well, but I'm hoping that Season 2 can do better. Who knows for sure, because I really am excited for how this is going to turn out. We got like about a few more episodes. There's like 24 more episodes and then another season left. And then I'll provide my overall thoughts on the entire series and then provide my honest feelings about the 2018 series. I still got to work on that, but that won't happen for a while because I need a bit more time. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much going to be it for this episode review of Episode 2, Follow the Leader. Next week, you're going to be getting Episode 3, Invasion of the Squirrelinoids, and then we continue with Episode 4. If there are any other episodes that end up out of order, I will find out and I will make a note of it, so that way I'll let you guys know. But what I will say is that, yeah, I feel that Season 2 kind of got hampered a bit with the episodes being out of order, not to mention from what I've been reading, some of the episodes did get released out earlier before they aired. That tells me right off the bat that something is wrong. I don't know why, but it just is. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. And I will see you guys next week when I give you more TMNT Season 2 episode reviews of the 2012 series. I'm prepping up for the 2018 series, and I hope that once everything is all done, when the 2018 series comes, then I hope to provide my thoughts on it there. This is Mega Man NJ signing off. Peace out. Boo Yakasha!